Happy Days brought smiles and nostalgia to millions, but behind the laughter were struggles with illness, loss, and personal battles. What happened after the cameras stopped rolling? Let's uncover the truth and honor their legacies. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Al Molinaro as Al Del Vecchio. Albert Francis Molinaro was born on June 24, 1919, and joined Happy Days in 1976 at age 55, portraying the warm, soft-spoken diner owner Al Del Vecchio. Before fame, he worked in debt collection and real estate, chasing stability while quietly dreaming of acting. His early marriage ended under financial strain, leaving him with regret as he pursued a late-blooming career in New York. Even after success, Molinaro faced new pressures. Typecast as the gentle man audiences adored, he turned down roles he felt conflicted with his values, slowing his momentum in Hollywood. In later years, he suffered from severe gallstones but declined surgery due to age and health risks. Molinaro passed away on October 30, 2015, at 96, from complications of infected gallstones, ending a long life defined by persistence, principle, and quiet dignity. Tom Bosley as Howard Cunningham. Tom Bosley joined Happy Days in 1974 at age 47 as Howard Cunningham, the gentle hardware store owner and loving father who became America's ultimate TV dad. Born October 1, 1927 in Chicago, Bosley gave the role warmth, patience, and moral strength, appearing in nearly every episode. Off-screen, tragedy struck when his first wife, Jean Elliott, died in 1978 after a long illness, leaving him to raise their daughter alone while continuing to film. In later years, he quietly battled lung cancer. Tom Bosley passed away on October 19, 2010, from complications of a staph infection while fighting late-stage lung cancer. Erin Moran as Joni Cunningham. Erin Moran was just 14 when she began playing Joni Cunningham. Growing up in the spotlight brought early fame but limited education and few tools for adult independence. After Happy Days and its spin-off ended, consistent roles became scarce, partly due to typecasting and shifting industry trends. Financial mismanagement and unstable relationships deepened her struggles. She married twice, but both unions were marked by conflict and insecurity. Over time, depression and substance abuse isolated her further, eventually leading to periods of homelessness. In 2016, she was diagnosed with stage 4 throat cancer, a condition worsened by years of heavy smoking. She died in 2017 at 56 with limited savings, a stark contrast to her early success. Pat Morita as Matsuo Arnold Takahashi. Pat Morita was born on June 28, 1932, and joined Happy Days in 1975 at age 42, portraying Arnold, the friendly owner of Arnold's Drive-In. After years of illness, internment during World War II, and financial instability, he needed a breakthrough to escape hardship and prove himself in Hollywood. Neglect. Asian actors were often limited to stereotypes, and Morita struggled with typecasting and industry bias. Behind Arnold's cheerful, yep, 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 was loneliness and a growing battle with alcoholism that dulled both pain and success. Health complications mounted in later years, and long-term alcohol damage weakened his body. Morita passed away on November 24, 2005, at 73, from kidney failure following infections, leaving a legacy that extended far beyond the diner counter. Beatrice Colen as Marcia Sims. Beatrice Colen was 26 when she appeared as Marcia Sims, bringing sharp wit to Arnold's diner scenes. Though her role was not central, it gave her early visibility in television. Off-screen, her marriage to actor Patrick Cronin offered lasting stability in an industry often marked by instability. Together, they focused on family life, raising 2 sons while Colen continued selective acting work. In her 40s, she was diagnosed with lung cancer despite never having smoked. Medical experts suggested prolonged exposure to secondhand smoke on studio sets, common before strict regulations, may have contributed to the disease. She died in 1999 at just 51, leaving behind an estimated $1 million and a reputation for professionalism and warmth. Henry Winkler as Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli. Henry Winkler was 29 when he first stepped into the role of Fonzie in 1974. The character's effortless confidence made him a cultural icon, but the sudden fame also risked trapping Winkler in typecasting. Determined not to be defined by one role, he expanded into producing, directing, and writing. His long marriage to Stacey Weitzman, beginning in 1978, endured health scares, career uncertainty, and the pressures of Hollywood because both prioritized family over celebrity. Winkler also confronted personal challenges, including lifelong dyslexia, which he later spoke about openly to help others. Reinvention through children's books and his Emmy-winning role in Barry revitalized his career. Now 80, his diversified success has built an estimated $40 million fortune. Marion Ross as Marion Mrs. C. Cunningham. Marion Ross was 46 when she began playing Marion Cunningham on Happy Days in 1974. As the gentle, reassuring mother, she grounded the series with warmth and quiet strength. Her steady presence on screen reflected a resilience she had built off-screen. Ross married Freeman Meskimen in the 1950s, but as her career gained momentum, long separations and growing differences strained the marriage, eventually leading to divorce. Choosing not to remarry, she devoted herself to raising her two children while continuing to work consistently in television and film. Financial discipline and decades of steady roles helped her build lasting stability. Now 97, she remains active, engaging with fans and sharing her life story, with an estimated fortune of about $10 million. Heather O'Rourke as Heather Pfister. Heather O'Rourke appeared on Happy Days in 1982 as Heather Pfister, though she was already widely recognized for her role in Poltergeist. Her early success brought financial reward and national fame before adolescence. However, beneath her bright public image, she suffered from an undiagnosed congenital intestinal abnormality. Symptoms were initially mistaken for common digestive issues, delaying proper diagnosis. In 1988, her condition suddenly worsened, leading to emergency surgery. Complications triggered septic shock and cardiac arrest, and she died at just 12 years old. Her passing shocked Hollywood and led to increased awareness about pediatric diagnostic vigilance. Despite her short life, she left behind an estimated $500,000 earned from her brief but memorable career. Gavin O'Herlihy as Chuck Cunningham. Gavin O'Herlihy was 23 when he took on the role of Chuck Cunningham in Happy Days in 1974. As Richie's older brother, his character was positioned as a college athlete with a promising future. However, as the series evolved, producers decided to streamline the cast and shift narrative focus more heavily toward Richie and the rising popularity of Fonzie. Chuck was quietly written out without explanation, a decision driven by creative restructuring rather than performance issues. Rather than remain tied to sitcom fame, O'Herlihy consciously pursued film roles that offered greater range. He appeared in projects such as Superman 3 and Willow, often playing morally complex or antagonistic figures. Choosing artistic independence over mainstream celebrity, he gradually distanced himself from Hollywood's spotlight. He settled in England with his wife, Cornelia Hayes, prioritizing family life and raising 4 children in relative privacy. His withdrawal from high-profile acting reflected a desire for stability over constant public exposure. O'Herlihy died in 2021 at age 70 of undisclosed causes, leaving behind an estimated $2 million fortune earned through selective but steady work. Ron Howard as Richie Cunningham. Ron Howard was 20 when he played Richie Cunningham, already experienced from years as a child actor. Recognizing that acting fame can fade, he strategically shifted toward directing while still on Happy Days, seeking long-term creative control. His 1975 marriage to Cheryl Alley provided personal stability that allowed him to take professional risks. Unlike many former teen stars, Howard avoided scandal and focused on disciplined career planning. His directing work on films such as Apollo 13 and A Beautiful Mind earned critical acclaim and major awards, significantly expanding his financial success. By building credibility behind the camera, rather than relying on nostalgia, he created enduring influence. Now 71, his estimated net worth stands around $200 million. Anson Williams as Warren Potsy Weber. Anson Williams was 25 when he began playing Potsy Weber in Happy Days in 1974. As Richie's sincere and slightly naive friend, Potsy's musical ambitions mirrored Williams's own early dreams of a singing career. Yet after the series ended, typecasting limited his acting opportunities, pushing him to reinvent himself behind the camera. His personal life reflected similar transitions. His first marriage ended partly due to the strain of early fame and constant work schedules, but later relationships brought greater maturity and balance. In 2018, he revealed he had survived stage 2 colon cancer, crediting early detection and aggressive treatment for saving his life. The experience reshaped his priorities toward family and health. Now, 76, he balances directing, music, and family life with an estimated fortune of about $3 million. Don Most as Ralph Malph. Don Most was 21 when he first portrayed Ralph Malph, the fast-talking jokester whose humor energized Happy Days. After the show ended, he faced the challenge many sitcom actors encounter, being strongly associated with one character. Rather than chase fleeting fame, Most gradually shifted toward stage work and later embraced his passion for jazz music, performing standards that reflected his admiration for classic vocalists. His steady marriage to actress Morgan Hart, beginning in 1982, provided emotional grounding that helped him navigate the unpredictable entertainment industry. By diversifying his work and maintaining financial caution, he avoided many pitfalls common to former teen stars. Now 72, he continues acting and performing, with an estimated fortune of about $2 million. Scott Baio as Charles Chachi Arcola. Scott Baio was only 17 when he joined Happy Days in 1977 as Chachi, quickly becoming a teen idol. Sudden fame brought intense public attention, which shaped much of his early adult life. While he continued acting through the 1980s and 1990s, career momentum gradually slowed as television trends changed. His 2007 marriage to Renee Sloan marked a more settled chapter. When their daughter was diagnosed with a rare metabolic disorder, Baio became deeply involved in charitable advocacy, channeling personal fear into support for other families facing similar medical uncertainty. This experience shifted his focus away from constant Hollywood visibility toward family and cause-driven work. Now 65, he lives more privately, with an estimated fortune of about $4 million. Kathy Silvers as Jenny Piccolo. Kathy Silvers was 19 when she joined Happy Days in 1980 as Jenny Piccolo, a lively and outspoken character who energized the show's final seasons. However, joining late in a long-running series meant limited time to build a lasting television platform. As the show concluded, Silvers faced the familiar challenge of transitioning from youthful fame into adult career direction. She married Alexander Burnett in the late 1980s, and together they raised 2 children. Like many young couples navigating financial and professional uncertainty, their marriage eventually ended. The instability of acting work in the years after the series encouraged Silvers to reassess her priorities. Drawing on a growing interest in health and natural living, she pivoted toward entrepreneurship, launching an organic food and wellness business. This shift was not simply financial. It reflected a desire for long-term sustainability and personal balance outside the unpredictability of entertainment. Now 64, she remains active in health and nutrition with an estimated fortune of about $1 million. Time has transformed the cast of Happy Days in inspiring and heartbreaking ways. Their lives beyond the spotlight proved far more complex than the roles that made them famous. Which actor's story moved you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss our next story.